Welcome back to Commentary Box Podcast. My name's Arj, and today I have Amir with us. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
I'm excited. Doing a little Ronaldinho. Can't wait to chat about the top 10.
Yeah, well,
Ballondor.
You've introduced it before me. So today, what we're actually doing is we've obviously seen the shortlist for the Ballondor. So we're not picking our top 10, but we have picked our top 10. I've also asked another 11 people. So there's been 13 lists that I've received. And essentially what I've done is put them in, obviously this is a sports channel. So I've used Formula One as well. The top 10 points. So number one gets 25, second gets 18. It just gives a bit more weighting to every position. So yeah, I've collated all that info, made a ranking, and I've got the data in front of me and we'll go through it.
Sounds very reliable.
It does. So yeah, let's kick off. Before we start, I just thought it'd be quite useful to mention the range of fans that have asked to do this. So out of the 13 people, there's 8 different clubs of fans, ranging from all levels as well. So you've got the Premier League teams, so it's 2 Arsenal fans, 5 United, which may be a bit of a bias.
Shocking. Just had to use it there. It was shocking on the weekend.
Yeah, it was. Then West Ham, which is a slightly sort of smaller club size, and 1 Liverpool and Chelsea fan as well. And then also Norwich from the Premier League. Then I've also got a Nottingham Forest fan and also a non-league fan.
I think it's really important to have a variety, just because myself, I know deep down, no matter how neutral you want to stay, you might just naturally, without realizing, be a bit more biased towards players that you might like or players that play for your club. So it's quite nice to get a variety.
Well, I will say that from the 5 United fans, I've seen a couple of very iffy picks, quite biased.
Listen, mate. This podcast is here for a reason, and by the end of it, I will prove to you why a certain player or players deserve to be in the top 10 at least.
Okay, we'll see. Well, let's kick off. So obviously there were 30 players that were shortlisted, and it's obvious that some players wouldn't even get picked. So I have a list of 7 names that didn't get any picks from anyone in their top 10. We'll discuss them because I think there's some quite shocking ones, as you mentioned. Shocking absentees from the
Go for it, yeah.
Even the top 23.
Yeah.
So the first name I'll give you is Lautaro Martinez.
Okay.
I think that's fair because
he's a good player,
yeah.
but I wouldn't put him in the top 10.
However, Inter did win the Serie A last season.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because I think the Ballon d'Or is so ambiguous in what it's for.
Yeah.
Is it for the best player, just hands down best player who performs day in, day out, or is it the player who plays really well but then his club wins X, Y, Z?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think even if he has won the league title, personally, I don't think he stands amongst the top 10.
Well, that's one thing, isn't it? That's a great debate about the Ballon d'Or. Is it trophy based? Is it trophy biased?
Yeah. What do you think it should be?
Well, there should be a part of it that comes down to that, because if you're helping your club win trophies, at the end of the day, that is what matters, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it's entirely based. Like, say your team wins 2 or 3 trophies that year. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the key to, being ranked highly for that year. So,
I mean, I recently saw what Joshua Kimmich said. He was talking about how he's won so many trophies or whatever, but he doesn't see himself as a nominee. Us football fans, we probably know that he's one of the best midfielders.
Yeah. Yep.
Who wasn't even a midfielder when he started. He was a bloody fullback when he started off. Yeah. So that just goes to say, I think sometimes it's underrated just how consistent you can be. So a player like Kimmich, I think, should deserve to be in the top 30 over someone like Martinez, because Kimmich has won titles year after year and also has been around at the top for a very long time. Whereas Martinez, Yeah, he's a good striker. And he's won the title with Inter and he got good numbers. He had Lukaku with him as well. But he's just not like he doesn't come to mind as like a world-class player.
No.
But yeah, anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah, next player is Pedri. A young starlet.
In 5 years' time,
yeah,
him and my boy Greenwood. No, I'm joking. Pedri, I think, is the world's best youngster. Top 3, definitely.
Yeah, he has the potential, right?
I think for his age.
Yeah.
Like he was amazing at the Euros. I mean, we spoke about the Euros, didn't we, last time?
Yeah.
We both, I think, had him in our
Euros best 11. Yeah.
Class player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the next name is Modric, who's coming towards. He's the complete opposite of Pedri, coming towards the end of his career. Good player, but again, I don't see the sort of.
I think it doesn't help him that he obviously won the Ballon d'Or a couple of years ago, and like for him to have won the Ballon d'Or, I think he had to get to the final with Croatia, and obviously do really well with Real Madrid. He hasn't really done that. Croatia didn't do as well in the Euros, and Real Madrid, like he's no longer like that Modric, that like the heartbeat of midfield. And Real Madrid aren't the same team really. I mean, I know they're doing well now.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm not surprised really that he's not in the top. Well, no one picked him.
Yeah. Well, I'd say 3 out of the next 4. I'll give you one that I think shouldn't really have got any votes. Phil Foden, another young player. He's a good quality player, but
yeah, it speaks. It says a lot when players like Pedri and Foden are being included at their current age.
Yeah.
But yeah, too early.
Yeah. Okay. The next 3 all could be in there. So first one I'll go with is Mason Mount.
Okay.
He's been the creative heartbeat for Chelsea for a lot of their last, year and a half.
I think he's a great player. But I don't know what it is about him. I actually don't know if it's because he's English and plays for Chelsea. I don't know if that's why maybe he doesn't get... Because I feel like the only people that actually appreciate Mount are actually just Chelsea fans and the odd football fan.
Yeah. I appreciate Mount.
Yeah, he sometimes goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
He does. No, I'll tell you what it is. Is because he doesn't have that, moment of magic like your Bruno Fernandes is, or your in the past.
Who is that?
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Fernandes.
Yeah. Oh, Fernandes.
Well, or like Mesut Ozil, right? When you think about
he's a different type of creative midfielder, but I'm surprised no one included him. But at the same time, looking at my own list, I can only think of one player that I think now maybe retrospectively could have been replaced by Mount. But even then,
that's the thing. It's tough to put him in the top 10. And again, he's still so young.
He's a great player, and I think he does. I personally don't think he gets enough credit. I know he didn't. He had a bit of a stinker with England for Euros. I feel like he kind of disappointed. I think he could have done better, but he's still really young, and fortunately, I don't feel like the English press put too much pressure on him. Whereas certain other youngsters, they do get quite a lot of pressure put on them, like Saka. Like we saw what happened with that. Like that's really unfair what happened to him. Greenwood gets involved in one scandal, and then now he can't play for the England team because Southgate and Solskjaer are worried about him. But Mount looks like he's a good guy on the pitch and off the pitch. So I'm looking forward to see how he develops in the future.
Yep. Then we have Mahrez, who won the league with City. I believe has been their top goal scorer this calendar year, by some distance as well.
Yeah.
As a winger, obviously we see the great wingers of the current day, but I don't think Mahrez either gets as much credit as he deserves.
I think it's just, unfortunately for him, he's in a City team that has so many stars. I can't believe that he doesn't. As far as I see, whenever I watch City play, he's not always a consistent starter either. He's very on and off.
I think actually he's one of the more consistent of their wide players.
But in any other team, I feel like he would be starting regularly.
Yeah.
But even for City, it's not 100%. But that's not even because of him. It's just because they have so many other good players. But Mahrez, I think he's a good player.
Yeah, but I don't see top 10 worthy.
Looking at my top 10, I'm just is he got that extra bit of wow factor? Maybe, but I don't know what it is. I feel like the players that are on the top 10, for example, for me, when I was picking mine, are the sort of players that in like the heat of the moment, and like when you need that bit of magic or just that bit of brilliance that a world-class player would have, they can and have done it. Mahrez can do it as well, but I don't see him do it as often as some of the other players on my personal list.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. That's, you know,
I like him though, and
it's a list of great players. So
yeah, and it's nice to get players that are in the list that are like not basically just European, like as well, bit of variety.
Yeah, a bit of variety. There you go. Well, I think the biggest shock on this list is this next name, and once again, this is truly
shocking.
Right. It's Neymar.
Yeah,
not a single person picked him in their
crazy.
top 10.
I'll be honest, I don't like him as a person.
No,
not as a person.
Well,
I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I just feel like I feel like he's just a bit of a diva.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, if he actually applied himself properly, he could be a great...
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not just him, it's the whole bloody PSG team. I like every time, like United have had PSG in the Champions League, I think twice in the past couple of years. So I've watched PSG. Otherwise, I don't really watch League One that much.
Yeah.
But from what I always watch, him and Verratti... Okay, Verratti's a great player, by the way. Verratti, Di Maria, Mbappe, they're all good players, but they all just like typical divers and divas, and I just feel like it leaves a bad taste for me. So I don't know why. I think also Neymar, I think it's just he's just too much of a diva. I know it sounds stupid. I don't know what you you didn't have him in your list. So.
I didn't. I know. I don't think I would have had him in like my top 15.
Yeah.
For this year, I think some of the names that are on that list have performed so consistently, and you know, PSG have had the team to compete for the Champions League, right? For the last, say, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, definitely.
At least. And there's no reason why they shouldn't have. And realistically, when you think of Neymar, he is not as young as he was when he was playing with Messi, obviously, but he is like that experienced player now and has Mbappe under his wing, technically, right? And you'd have thought he would have grasped it with a bit more of like, you know, a desire to win and show that he's one of the best in the world rather than, you know, just be mediocre.
I definitely feel like he's a great player, but I don't know what it is. I feel like he's lost that popularity almost. Like when he was at Barcelona, you see him everywhere, but now I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the French league isn't as popular or if it's because PSG like aren't winning Champions League. I don't know what it is, or if Messi's joined. I just feel like it's dropped in popularity.
I get what you mean. I think there's a slight disrespect to the league, and for me personally, rightfully so, because you know there's barely any competition. Saying that, PSG didn't even win the league last year, but I just don't think the level of competition is good enough for those players.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like Neymar when he was at Barcelona in a competitive league. You would see him as like a top 10 Ballon d'Or nominee, top 5, even maybe at the time.
Yeah, pushing top 3 as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know. The argument would always be Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo. Like that was the 3.
Bale, you know.
And Bale,
yeah.
But don't know what's happened to him.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, but not shocked.
Fair. Well, what I'll do for the next, so it's ranked 23 to, I'd say, 14.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll give you their position and the name, and you can press that button if you think it's a shocking position.
Okay, all right.
So,
all right, that sounds good.
So 23rd is Chiellini.
That's fine. I'll let it pass.
22nd, Harry Kane. Only one person picked him.
Yeah.
Which was, I believe, was you.
It was me, and I'm looking back, and I definitely don't know why I put him in the top 10. I think that was a bit of a weird moment.
Well, I'd say, you know.
But I still think that at the end of the day, he's one of the best strikers in the world, and he's playing for Spurs, and he's still putting in he was putting in good numbers last season.
Well, he put in record-breaking numbers
so
last year.
I think I put him in my top 10. I probably still stand by it, but he's in that group who out of 5 that could have made it in the top 10, like Mahrez and Mount. I think Kane just edged it by a little bit. So 22nd Kane. I think that's fine. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, Suarez at 21st.
Yeah.
Sterling 20th.
Shocking.
Too high, too low?
I think he's too high.
Too high?
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say he's just a bit too high.
I think the person who did pick him...
Mount, I'd say, deserves to be in that place instead of Sterling.
Well, shall I tell you who did pick him?
I want names and numbers.
You want names and numbers?
Hit list.
Who did?
Or is that confidential?
It is confidential on this one, actually. That wasn't me. It's just this person didn't put a name when they submitted their...
Is it someone I know personally?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so. But yeah, he was in 9th.
Shocking. I mean, I'm not shocked because anyone that I know wouldn't make a dumb decision like that. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, fair.
No. I mean, yeah, I just think Sterling...
I think he got that vote based off of his Euros performance, which he was immense.
Fair enough.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
19th, Gerard Moreno took Villarreal to the...
Yeah, I saw his name and I was glad to see that he was in the top 30.
Yep.
But, for example... I'd put, like, for example...
It's tough, though, because they won a European competition and he was pivotal. He was.
Yeah, don't remind me that they won the European competition. I know.
Well, they also beat us, so...
Oh, mate. Shocking, man. Okay, yeah, we'll go for that.
Yeah,
we need to get to the top 10. That's where shit will hit the fan.
We're getting there. So Simon Kjaer, 18th. Yeah. I think it's let's breeze past these ones. Bonucci at 17th.
Yeah, I think honestly, as someone who, like, when I play football myself, I do like to put in a tackle, so I like defending, and just seeing Chiellini and Bonucci in the mix is nice.
Yeah, so at their age as well.
Yeah, and they deserve it. Like they're amazing. Like I think, like, wow, I don't think we'll get another pair like that.
No,
for a very long time that just know each other that well. But anyway, because that's a very old school trait.
Yeah,
like,
the
early
hard
2000s,
tackling,
90s, not even but having a partnership like that, like you don't see many partnerships. Like, for example, you look at the top teams
I'd say
the league.
Before there was Ferdinand, Vidic.
Yeah, but like now, like there's always one centre back who I feel like is always a little bit stronger than the other one.
Yeah,
but those two are like just equally. They just make each other better. But anyway.
just wait 5 years. Watch out for Benjamin White. And,
all right, mate. I'm still waiting on bloody Maguire to fix up. I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on. 16th, Azpilicueta.
Shocked.
I am shocked that you touched that button.
I think that it's just a tad too high.
A tad, fair.
I know he did bits with... I know he played well for Spain when he did play. He didn't play much in the Euros. Yep. He's been an amazing servant for Chelsea. I might have clicked it prematurely because I need to see who else comes. But...
Well, in 15th is Barella.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Who's... Okay,
someone put him in 6th. Which... Okay. And also... Yeah, in 6th.
I personally might have put... I am a Bonucci Chiellini fanboy. I'm genuinely thinking I may have put one of them before Aspi. Maybe. Even though Aspi won the Champions League, I just think Bonucci and Chiellini are like incredible.
Well, you put in yours...
Oh dear.
You didn't have either of any of them three.
But I mean, okay, they wouldn't go into my top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're talking 10 to 20 here.
Yeah.
So I would,
Well, I mean, they won the Champions League, so I think it's fair.
But yeah, it's fair. It's fair. We'll let it slide.
But yeah, Barella, and then 14th was Diaz.
What? Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz. Yeah.
What is? Are people? Do you think he's slightly higher up than Aspi, for example, because he won Player of the Year?
No, I don't think it's that. So say one person put them like say in their top 6 or 7.
Yeah.
That counts
automatically
counts as a lot more points.
But I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Out of the two, who would you have put higher, Aspi?
No, I think Ruben Diaz made a bigger impact.
Yeah.
However, I don't think he's the best Man City centre back.
Laporte?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Laporte's not. I think he's a decent all-round defender. He's good on the ball. He's got good aerial threat. He's quite fast. He can do everything. Yep. And not many like Van Dijk's another example of that.
Yeah. Well, you've got to also remember Diaz. I believe is only 22 or 23.
Yes, amazing.
So again,
I think I'd probably put
to do that at his age.
Can I avoid my shocking?
Yeah, you can take that back.
Aspi.
Yeah, I think that can be done in editing.
All right, edit it out.
Okay, well, we get to our top, like the three unlucky.
Who did I say was Schochen?
Who did you say?
I said
you
Sterling.
said Sterling, and that's it.
Sterling so far. I think the rest generally I agree with.
Yeah.
I think Barella was ahead of someone.
Barella was ahead of Azpilicueta, Bonucci, Suarez, Kane.
Barella. Oh,
I think this was entirely based.
You know what? I can't comment.
Euros.
I can't comment, but I think. Yeah, I can't comment on Barella as much. I haven't seen him play as much as some of the other players.
Neither have I.
But surely he doesn't come 15th.
No, but
surely someone else comes ahead of him.
I think the Euros, the Euros win has a big impact.
It does.
Yeah. Well, the 13th is Lukaku.
Yeah. Yes. We'll go for that. I think he was probably one of the best strikers last season. I think, we'll go for it.
12th, and I know you're not going to be happy with this.
It's Bruno Fernandes, I'm leaving.
It's Bruno Fernandes.
All right, I personally put him in my top 10.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. So you obviously don't know this top 10 because I haven't shown it to you. So these are your first reactions, but you put Bruno in 8th.
Yeah. So not far off 12th.
No, not far. And there's a couple of other players, and it's pretty close.
Did he get placed like top 5 for anyone? Can I ask that?
He did.
Okay,
he did.
I wouldn't put him top 5.
He did. Who put him in the top 5? So Sal.
I can't beef that guy. He's too big.
Yeah. Sal put him in 4th.
But do you know,
Sal put him in 4th ahead of Robert Lewandowski, ahead of Mo Salah, ahead of Messi, ahead of Jorginho, and ahead of Kante.
Okay, that's obviously his decision.
Yeah.
I personally think that Bruno Fernandes is honestly like a world-class attacking midfielder, and I think if you deny that, then either you have some sort of agenda against him, or you don't like Man United, or you don't like him as a player.
No, so I agree with you that he is world-class.
Yeah.
I'm going to add a bit to that sentence on his day. When he's not playing well, he is properly
shocking. No,
he is.
I disagree.
He is. And we had this conversation the other day.
We did.
Where it was a match. Bruno Fernandes came into it with for about 1 minute out of the 90 minutes, right? And
was this the Atalanta game? I think we were talking about
Yeah, in the Champions League. And
when he got 2 assists.
Yeah, exactly. But for up until that point, when United were 2-0 down, he wasn't getting on the ball like he should. He wasn't creating things. And I think it also showed in the latter half of last season, where he wasn't great towards the end of the season. He wasn't okay. So I think part of me is when he came in last season and he had those ridiculous goals and goal contributions. To drop a couple levels this season, well, at the start of this year, and then in the Euros he was atrocious.
Yeah, at the Euros he was poor. I don't know why, but
it's sort of. I'd say there have been better players consistently across the year, over the year.
So my point is, I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure that if you look at a certain number of games from today, like a certain let's say like till the last 2 seasons or when he's joined. That he had more, I think, goal contributions, for example, than certain other attacking midfielders in the league and in the world. Maybe like more than De Bruyne, I think.
I'll just mention this now. Yeah. So De Bruyne's in 11th, and I'd say both of them have had fairly similar seasons while they've been fit. Yeah. Obviously, De Bruyne's been injured for a lot of that time.
Yeah.
So it could have gone either way.
Perhaps. I just want to say, I personally think that you're right. There are games where it's really frustrating to watch Bruno, but I also think that the team around him doesn't help. He plays with a lot of idiots on the pitch.
Yeah.
If you put that Bruno Fernandes in a team of a world-class team, not players, because obviously right now United have got world-class players, but they don't play as a team. Bruno would be wicked, and like. The Atalanta game, I agree with you. He went missing for a lot of the game. He went missing because he doesn't get the ball because his manager tells him to push up too much.
Yep.
We're obviously going off a little bit off topic.
No.
But
fair.
Even for a bad game, when he shows up for the last 30 minutes, he gets 2 assists. The first one being very crucial. I just think that it's not shocking because I know that to some he's not a top 10 player.
Yeah.
But I also think, personally, I genuinely believe he is a top 10 player. And I think if he played for any other team...
Well, I'll pose a question to you. So if Bruno Fernandes was in that Chelsea team instead of Mason Mount...
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
He would 100% start ahead of Mount.
No, he would.
Yeah.
So if he was playing in that team...
for Chelsea?
Yeah, because Chelsea are probably behind, I'd say, alongside City and Liverpool. The most complete team.
Chelsea are a well-oiled German engine. That's how you got to look at it. They're they remind me of like a typical German national team. And it doesn't surprise me because Tuchel's their manager.
Yeah.
So if you put Bruno in a team like that, I honestly think he would definitely be in the top 10.
Okay. Well,
imagine
there's your answer.
How about if Kevin De Bruyne was in the current Man United team?
I think...
Do you think De Bruyne would still be able to play?
The thing is, for me, I think De Bruyne makes things happen. Like, he forces things to happen. Whereas there's occasions, or a lot of occasions, where I think Bruno Fernandes waits for things to happen. Maybe that's partially down to the management and... You know, there are things that he's doing that he shouldn't need to do. Yeah. Like the defensive work and things like that.
Yeah. I think the final point on that will be, I think more of it's down to the management, because his time at Sporting, if you watch some, because when I heard about him coming to United, I did watch like little bits here and there, and he would come deep, collect the ball, make stuff happen. Like De Bruyne goes right by the back four for City, picks up the ball, makes stuff happen. For Bruno now, because he's having to do the pressing because Ronaldo's lazy ass won't do it.
Well, no, it's not his lazy ass. That I read something, right? Ronaldo should not press.
Yeah, he shouldn't. But
if he's never done it in his career before.
No, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not his lazy ass, you're right. But Bruno, because he's having to do the pressing up front, I don't understand why United are even pressing in the first place. He doesn't get to come back. So, yeah, I think overall, Bruno was 12th, and Kevin De Bruyne 11th. I'm surprised. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised one of them didn't make it in the top 10. I think I put them both at like a similar like level. Yeah. So I'm surprised one of the two didn't like sneak into 10th or 9th. I wouldn't put them like above the top 5.
Yeah,
or in the top.
Fair.
I would definitely don't think they'd come into the top 6 or 7.
Well, I'd say we can get onto these top 10 now. And like I said, you haven't heard them. But I do think... it's quite a fair top 10. Okay. I wouldn't have had all of them, so I've also got your list and mine as well.
Mine now
you can have a look. But in 10th place, we have someone who's on neither of our lists, Kylian Mbappe. He's scored a lot of goals this year. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's fair.
But I don't understand how you can have him in the top 10 if people are putting someone like Barella. I know it's like I sound like I have an agenda against Barella. I don't. But you're putting Barella at 15th for his Euros. Mbappe had a shocking Euros. How is he going in the top 10?
I guess, Mbappe won the Nations League.
Yeah,
France.
The Nations League.
But again, okay, so yeah, I get you. I get what you mean, right? But Mbappe has scored, I believe the stat was 30 plus goals this calendar year, which is a big feat.
Yeah.
No mean feat. So
I think, do you know what? Yeah. But yeah, okay. 10th Mbappe. I think any higher than like 9th, I'd be like, I'm not sure if Mbappe belongs there.
No, fair. No, I agree. He's snuck in.
Yeah, he's like that tier. You know how we were talking about how Kane snuck into my top 10? Yeah. Him and Mount and a few others were in that. I think the level above is like Bruno, Kevin De Bruyne, Mbappe. And the odd few who I won't mention yet from my list that like should make it in the top 10, but only like 10th or 9th. Or 8th.
No one's put him above like 6th.
Yeah, so there you go.
He's floating around in like those 8th, 9th, 10th. So he's collated a lot of points.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Should we go on to 9th?
Yes, please.
And that is Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Yeah. I don't think I had him on my list, but he was...
No, I had him 8th.
He was someone that I thought does deserve to be mentioned, definitely. I think he's probably one of the best keepers, if not the best, at the moment. Definitely, based on his Euros form. He's got a big presence about him, which I like. Like, he's a really big guy, and that's quite important to have as a goalkeeper. He's definitely got a presence, and I think like there's not many goalkeepers that still have. There are the odd few, like Neuer is one that comes to mind for presence. But Donnarumma. Yeah, I think especially for his performance for Italy and his move for PSG, obviously just goes to show like how good he is. Like a top. I know that PSG weren't the only team after him as well. Yeah. People were after him for a while, but yeah, at 9th, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll we'll let it go.
Mm-hmm. In 8th, and I want to give this guy an introduction because I love him.
Is it Saka?
No, well,
no, I'm joking.
Imagine. Well, no, he's dubbed as a goal machine.
Oh, yes.
He's quite young.
He's
bloody
amazing is what he is.
And you know who he reminds me of?
Solskjaer.
No. No, he reminds me of a young Ibrahimovic.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know who I'm talking about?
Of course. Haaland.
No, I was talking about Benzema.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. No, it's Erling Haaland.
You joker.
I
was about to leave the podcast.
Erling Haaland.
Embarrassing.
He's scored more than a goal a game. I believe it's 45 goals from 44 games.
Yeah, I'm pleased to see that he's ranked higher than Mbappe.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think he deserves to be ranked higher.
Yeah, well, there was that big debate, wasn't there?
Who's better?
Yeah, last year.
They're both different. I want to say they're both different types. Like,
they are.
Because one's a number 9. Like,
yeah, out and out.
Big, just number 9 guy. The other one's like a number 10 winger. Could maybe play striker when he's older. Like a bit like a Ronaldo. Definitely more of a winger, but yeah, Harlan is wicked. Like
Harlan is closer to that Lewandowski type goal scorer, rather than I'd say Mbappe. It would be similar to a Ronaldo who has the brute pace and strength.
That's what I mean. Like and I think the comparison with Ibra is quite a good one because they're both big presences on the pitch, footballing wise, but you can tell. Like within the team, like the dressing room, they have like a presence.
Yeah, personality.
Yeah, like when you watch some of Dortmund's like odd, like funny videos.
Yeah, the clips and stuff.
Like Bellingham's done a couple of videos, and when you talk to Harlan, you can tell he has that presence. Yeah, I really like Harlan. Obviously, I'd love it if he played for United. He probably won't. Which I wanted to ask you, where do you think Harlan will go when he inevitably leaves Dortmund?
See, it's inevitable, right? And I hope it's not in the next, say, 3 to 4 years, because that like Dortmund can make a very good side, right? If they bring in a couple of actual, like, not that they don't have quality, they have quality all over the pitch, but experienced and high quality players who've played at the top level, but they won't. And
they won't. Yeah,
I have this horrible feeling inside of me that
Bayern? Yeah, I was about to say,
especially as Lewandowski is what
I reckon that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think that. Yeah, I don't think he really suits Spanish football as much as someone like Mbappe.
No,
that's why I think Mbappe and Real Madrid is like such a thing. Haaland was designed for the German league.
No, he was. Yeah,
or like. Even he could definitely fit into the Premier League.
No, he can, right?
Yeah.
But you know, when you think of him, I'd say he can go on and score so many goals for in the German league.
Oh, especially for a team like Bayern.
I think he can lead. If he did go to Bayern, lead them to Champions Leagues and all sorts, right?
He's unreal. Yeah.
But it just disappoints me at the fact that and fair play, if Dortmund do sell him, they're going to get a lot of money for him. And that has been Dortmund's like business model for the last, 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. Past 2 decades.
Sold everyone, right?
Yeah.
But they've still survived and, not even survived.
Yeah.
They compete at a top level.
They're like Ajax. Their scouting is amazing.
Yeah.
That's just the DNA of that club. Mm-hmm. That company.
It's a feeder company, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeder club, not company.
But no. Yeah. So Harlan at 8th?
8th, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think if he was higher, like 6th, I would have still been like, fine.
Yeah, but I think the 7 names we have above do deserve their spot.
Like Lewandowski, we just spoke about him. I am like Lewandowski right now would go higher up than Haaland. So like, if someone put Haaland above Lewandowski, I'd be a bit surprised.
Yeah, that would be a bit surprising. I don't think anyone did, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. But let's move on to 7th. and this is a man you had in third. Or second, no, third, yeah.
Yeah.
The big man Cristiano Ronaldo.
I know he's fallen off like a little bit, but I still just think he's still a GOAT.
No, he's great, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen, since he's come to United, you've seen him pop up for United in the most pivotal times, right? The only thing is, I don't think he has an impact that he used to. And, you know, I'd say there's less of a fear that, say you were bringing off players off the bench, right? And you brought off Mo Salah or Ronaldo. I'm fearing Salah more than Ronaldo now. And fair play to him. He's to be, what, 37 now or 36, 37?
Yeah, I think he's around that sort of age.
Right.
Yeah.
To get into a top 10 of the world footballers at that age. And, you know, he doesn't look like he's declining rapidly.
Yeah, he is on a very slow decline, I'd say. But I also say credit to him because he's almost playing to that decline. So he knows he's getting a little bit maybe slower. So you don't see him making crazy runs. He likes the ball to feet. And he's doing that quite well.
Yeah.
I think the reason I put him quite high up is purely just because in my eyes, he's still one of the best players in the world. I know like Salah, for example, has been amazing this season and last season. Yeah. Consistently for Liverpool. But there's just something about Ronaldo. Like he's generational, isn't he? Like
of course. And I also do think some people compare, you know, what he is currently, and a lot of players like him and Messi, what they are currently to what they were 5 to 10 years ago. And if you took that all out of the equation, you'd still say they're two of the best players in the world right now.
Exactly, which is crazy to think about. That many years at the top of their game.
Well, the Ballon d'Or has pretty much been Ronaldo, Messi,
the odd Modric.
Yeah.
I think we won't talk about whether Modric deserved it or not, but
that was years ago now.
But like, I think rightfully those two, you can't knock them off.
No,
like,
you
they're
can't.
So good. But Ronaldo at 7th. Or 6th, was that 7th?
He was at 7th.
Yeah, I personally had him at 3rd, like you said.
Yep.
I think the top 5 category is where I would expect it of where I would have expected him. So he's fallen just short of that on average, which is just by 2 places. Not a big thing.
No, it was very close between sort of 5th and 7th. Very close actually.
Yeah.
But in 6th we actually have N'Golo Kante. And before we say anything, you know, he's always been a under the radar player. He's not a goal scorer. He's not a mass assister. But what he has done this year has been pivotal for Chelsea winning the Champions League. And I think it was the quarterfinals, one of the quarterfinals, both the semi-final legs and the Champions League final. I think was man of the match.
Man of the match, yeah.
Man of the match.
Sorry.
And if for one player to do that on his own, it's obviously credit to Tuchel and how he's used Kante, which Lampard couldn't do. But the fact that Kante is able to do that says so much about the player he is.
I think I'm personally quite happy for Kante because it wasn't that he went on a decline, but there was a period when he was with Frank Lampard that like he wasn't that same Kante.
No.
And then I'm just glad that he's kind of reached that peak again, and like he's so good. You put him behind or next to any world-class creative midfielder and they will love him. Like Pogba, for example, world-class. He is actually world-class for France.
No, he is. That's the best Pogba.
That's purely because he has Kante basically cleaning up after him. Doing the dirt. And like Kante, I'm glad that a player like Kante, like you said, not a goal scorer, doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything fancy or pretty, but the stuff that he does do is like, there's no one, I don't think there's many better than him.
Well, I'd say the great thing about him being on this, like, you know, considered quite highly on this list is the fact that we're not just basing it off, like, he's one of those players that you're not basing off goals and assists.
Yeah.
Whereas every other player is so heavily reliant on stats, right?
Yeah.
And it just actually shows the appreciation you can have for a player.
I think it says a lot.
Yeah.
It says a lot. You don't get many players like that.
No.
That fit into the top 10.
I mean, like one that just pops out to me over the last 2 decades is Sergio Busquets.
Yeah, I know. He hasn't been in it once.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right.
I didn't know that until I saw it the other day, and I was blown away by that.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
But before he was under the shadow of Xavi and Iniesta, and I don't think, as great they were,
he's as important as those two.
He is as important, and there was potential that they may not have done what they could have without Busquets. That great Barcelona team, those great Spanish teams, you know, even now, Busquets he's you know,
I
old, but
love watching him play because there's something about him when he gets the ball.
Yeah,
the first thing everyone thinks is press him.
You cannot. He's one of those.
He escapes it every time with a simple turn or just a quick pass. It's unreal. And I can't believe he's not been. To be honest, like I can't believe that he's not been included. Not in this year's list, but in other lists. Like, I'm really amazed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bit of a shame. I kind of feel for him because I actually think he is a world class. Like players like Rodri, for example. Yeah. You can just tell that Rodri is from the same sort of like ilk as Busquets. Yeah. He probably grew up trying to emulate Busquets.
Of course.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? When he was a youth academy player, Busquets was probably at his peak.
Yeah.
But obviously Rodri's, I wouldn't say it's as good. Maybe in the future he might be. Rodri's class, but he's not as good.
But Busquets, I think as what he did, we haven't seen anyone like him since.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
exactly.
That is that. But Kante at 6th, and I think he deserves that. He could have been 5th.
He could have been. I think he's 4th, one where he could have very easily been in the top 5. But 6th, I think, So far, the top 10 team sounds reasonable. I don't have any major disagreements. Yeah. Apart from...
You said, I think Ronaldo.
No, Ronaldo wasn't... Yeah, but it wasn't like a major one because I can understand it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay neutral, and I'm just thinking, what if maybe I put him a little bit higher because I like him? But personally, I always think that Ronaldo is in the argument for top 5 players. So that's why I said I'm surprised a little bit he wasn't in the top 5.
But like I said, between 5th and 7th, it was very close. We can move on to 5th, and it was Karim Benzema.
Yeah, I had him. Where did I think I had him.
You had him in 5th.
I had him in 4th.
I had him in 7th.
But 4th, 7th, and
it's very close, right? Like it's sort of the mid-table of the top 10.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't really say.
I'd say it's perfectly placed.
Yeah, I'd say that 5th is
like in the middle.
The perfect spot for him because he's not
top 3.
He's not been world beater.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's not been just average.
Yeah.
He's been like very, very good and very consistent.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's now playing in this French team.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. It's I think, you know, obviously France have great strikers, right? But they've missed that one guy. That proper centre forward, like number 9. Point. Yeah. Obviously, you had the likes of Giroud, who was successful for France. Griezmann, who's probably not a number 9. He's more of a number 10.
As a striker, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, obviously the whole controversy about why he didn't play is another story.
Yeah.
But like, you can just see, I think the very first game that he played with France might have been the first game of the Euros. Was it the first game of the Euros? I think it was.
Potentially.
I'm not sure. But the first time I watched him play with France was that first game. And you could tell, like, they weren't 100% gelling.
Yeah.
But now, like, he's so good.
Nations League
like,
win.
He was, and his goal was wicked. And I think for Real Madrid, like, given they've lost so many star players through transfers, they're losing a lot through like age.
Hazard, Bale.
Exactly. Benzema is still like he's actually still carrying them. Still getting numbers.
He's I'd say they're one world class performer.
This year he's got like really high number of goals. I mean, we don't talk too much about stats, but he at the end of the day, look at a striker for goals and what they do.
Yeah,
he's got quite a good number of assists and goals, which just goes to show that apart from scoring goals, he has that other element of his game, which is obviously making goals, and that's always a really nice trait to have. And to see in your like number 9 striker. So definitely. He's a very good player. I'm happy with 5th place.
Okay, well in 4th, And who did you have in fourth?
Let's have a look.
Oh, you had Benzema, like we mentioned.
Yeah.
But in fourth place is actually Jorginho, who I had in fifth.
I had him sixth.
I believe seventh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did.
Seventh.
I did.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those that, you know, I mean, he was quite a distance away from fifth, and he's very close to third. So he was sort of in his own battle between third and fourth.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that he won Euros, he won the Champions League, and he won the Player of the Tournament award. Am I correct in saying that?
At the Euros, yeah.
At the Euros. Like, you can't, based on those things, it'd be very difficult to not have him in your top 5.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I had him out of my top 5, but that was just, again, because let me have a look at my list. I think the players that I had, the thing is, Jorginho for Italy, I felt like he was a slightly different player
to what he was for Chelsea.
For Chelsea, he's still a great player, but I think he was more noticeable, I think the word.
Well, you see, the thing is, right, when you have at Chelsea, the way they play is obviously Kante does all the work, the running, and Jorginho's there. He does all the simple things incredibly well.
Yeah.
And then he just picks a pass out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, the one that comes to mind is it was a ball into his feet, right? But first time, without even looking, straight through the back, whipped into Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
I believe this was last year.
Yeah, he's got that pass in him.
Yeah.
We're saying he was fourth?
Yeah, he was fourth. Yeah.
I think it's hard to argue with that. I know I didn't have him fourth. It's hard to argue with that. What I would say, though, is it benefits him having someone like Kante or even Verratti. Verratti is slightly similar to Kante. Like, if you watch Verratti play, he does do a lot of dirty work as well.
Yeah.
But the difference between, I think, Verratti and like Kante is that Verratti is maybe a little bit more creative, a little bit more, and he does have an offensive element to him. But yeah, Jorginho, he's a good player. We'll have him at fourth.
Well, he was one of the only 3 players to be in every top 10.
Oh, who are the others? Oh, okay, I can imagine who the other
we're yet
two,
to get to them, but yeah, he was one of the 3.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, Jorginho at fourth, I think is fair.
Yeah, I don't see him as a Ballon d'Or winner.
No,
put it that way.
I could see him being the bronze.
Yeah, I could see him in top 3.
Which moves me on to Mo Salah in third. And a part of me is that this is a bit of a recency bias.
Yes.
He's been ridiculous since August, which is only 2 months, but I believe he scored something like 20 goals in all competitions since August.
That's crazy.
That is stupid numbers, right? And you obviously can't just discard, August, September, October.
Yeah.
And we're getting to November, December. I'm sure he'll continue to score goals, but his numbers this season, this whole calendar year, have been fairly impressive.
Yeah. I think for my list, when I put him at 5th, I think I put him in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, you put him 6th even.
6th, sorry, yeah. I think I did take into account his overall form over the whole year, which is why I put him a little bit lower down.
Yeah.
That's all.
I had him at 4th.
Yeah.
So, 4th, 5th, third, 4th, 5th makes sense.
Yeah. Who do you think is more likely out of him and Jorginho to get bronze? I think it'll be one of the two.
I think it'll be Jorginho based on, obviously we know Ballondor, Football France like to do base it on trophies and things like that.
It'll be I will be surprised if he's not in the top 3, specifically third. I don't see Jorginho coming second or first.
Jorginho, yeah. But Salah, he could finish, potentially finish third.
No, I think they'll put Jorginho ahead of him. I know you say potentially. I just think they'll put Jorginho for some reason. Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I do hope to see Mo Salah win the Ballon d'Or next year.
Yeah.
Because, hopefully, the Player of the Year. Yeah. Come the end of the season.
He has been the best player in the world. Yeah. Since the start of the Premier League and obviously all.
So since August, he's
been unreal. Like,
see, the thing is, right?
It's crazy.
It's really tough to compare a player like Salah and Jorginho or Salah and say like Benzema, only because obviously when Salah plays his international tournaments and the 2 main international tournaments aside from the World Cup are the Euros and the Copa America, right? And so you don't really look at the other tournaments and put them on the same feet. Yeah, which is a bit unfair because we've mentioned the Euros for a lot of the European players.
It's a very good point you make. Because you're right. Like with Egypt, unfortunately, I don't see Egypt doing like winning the World Cup, basically. No. But they should probably weigh it up based on like the national teams. Like it's not Salah's fault.
No.
Like that. He's not in a national team of world-class players.
And also a national tournament. Yeah. You know, obviously, Europe and South America are the two biggest continents for football. Yeah. So it's a bit tricky on that front.
But yeah, I think maybe this coming year for the Ballon d'Or, if he continues his form, I'll be very surprised if he's not in the mix for the Ballon d'Or. Like, and when I say in the mix, I mean top 2, top 3.
Well, I'd say if he continues to score goals like until the Ballon d'Or day,
he will probably win it
this year.
Not this year, next year.
I could see him finishing third if he continues. Yeah. You know, if he scores another 10 goals in November.
I genuinely think at the end of this season, when we're talking about this a year from today, if he continues like this and Liverpool win a Premier League or the Champions League, then I think he could win it.
Well, one of our mates has not even included him. Can you guess which one?
Part of me thinks it's Cabs.
Yeah, a little man sat in Bulgaria has
it's probably because
completely missed out.
It's probably because he probably put Luke Shaw first.
Yeah, probably.
And then he probably put De Gea second. And then he probably put Lindelof third.
Oh,
but no. I'm surprised.
I'm not. His is very United based. You have the likes of Ronaldo.
I'd say mine was United based, but I feel like it was more sensible.
Yeah. His was not.
Yeah.
Ish. No, I'd say that's the only one that he missed out that he should have had in. But yeah, we get to our first and second.
Which I think is similar to what I might have said, if I'm correct. Let's have a look. So should we say what my first and second was?
Well, yeah, and before you say that, it was actually quite a distance between first and second.
Really?
But then between second and third, it was ridiculous as well. So these are the two, outright top 2.
Top 2 that everyone... Yeah. So I went for Messi in second and Lewandowski first.
And I went the other way around with Messi in first and Lewandowski in second. And before I give you the actual overall ranking...
Wait.
Can
I just got to use something. Round of applause for us for guessing the top 2. Perhaps.
Well,
we might be so wrong.
You never know. Could be, I don't know,
bloody
Anthony Martial and like Aubameyang. No, but some stats actually. So Lewandowski, I believe, has scored 35 goals this calendar year.
Yeah,
which is impressive because that was from Feb till now.
Yeah,
because obviously the Bundesliga stopped in Jan and Feb.
Yeah.
So they had fewer games, and obviously Poland didn't get to the Euros, and they didn't, right? Yeah. Lewandowski wasn't there, or was he?
No, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Poland wouldn't have gone far if they were. I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember either.
Yeah, but Messi, on the other hand, he has scored in the La Liga alone in this calendar year. So from obviously Jan till May, he scored 25 goals.
In a declining Barcelona team.
A horrible Barcelona team.
I mean, it just goes, when he left, look at the state of them now.
Yeah, and obviously he hasn't hit the ground running yet for PSG, but he's also been injured and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
it's a similar situation to Ronaldo, where they're both just really slowly declining.
But we can't compare.
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying. Yeah.
As in, no, but like Messi's season, Messi's year even has been pretty incredible if you take out all the other years. And yeah, I can break it to you now. Ready? And the winner of the Ballon d'Or 2021 that we think is Lewandowski.
Oh,
by some way. And
yes.
I think just to put it out there, he would have won it last year.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing. That it wasn't a big thing, but it was something that went through my mind, which is kind of wrong because it shouldn't influence your choice. It should be their performance for this Ballon d'Or year.
Yeah, and no, I like...
But I also think it kind of sucked that he didn't win it last year. So I think that's like bonus points if I'm thinking of all the points that I give out for the players and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why mainly, along with all the other reasons, I think he should be first, like breaking Muller's club record. Mm-hmm. That's like incredible. I can't even remember the number of goals it was. It was like 50 something in a season for club.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
no. It must have been more. I think it was like 50 league goals. I can't remember. Something stupid.
Yeah, but he scored a lot of goals. Like every weekend, you hear of Lewandowski scoring.
Yeah,
2,
and the goals,
3, 4,
he scores tap-ins, he scores bicycle kicks, volleys, long shots, headers. He literally does it all.
Mm-hmm.
And
so a question I pose to you on Lewandowski in particular is, can we consider him a great striker, like an all-time great striker?
It's a weird one because do I see myself telling my grandkids about Lewandowski? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
like,
that Robert Lewandowski that played at the Allianz.
Like my grandson will be like, he'll be like playing FIFA 40 by that point. He'll be like, dad, like whatever. Was Lewandowski any good? I'd be like, oh yeah, like he was really good. So I'd probably say yeah, he was, because like he is incredible. I think, yeah, I think he is a legend. He's not a legend now, but I think he'll be regarded
when he retires. See, it's a lot easier to say when they've retired, but yeah,
it's a weird one because right now Messi and Ronaldo are legends of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the difference is they're players. Messi and Ronaldo are players that have kind of never existed before. You could say Messi's similar to like Maradona in the style of play, but just the numbers that they've put out and the style of play is quite unique.
Yeah.
Whereas Lewandowski, you've had loads of like world-class strikers. Just off the top of my head, Müller, okay, for Bayern Munich, the German striker, like Ronaldo from Brazil, like. There's more players similar to Lewandowski than there are to, I think, Messi and Ronaldo, which is why I think Messi and Ronaldo stand out more as current legends, whereas Lewandowski isn't the same, but will be regarded as a legend in the future.
No, I think the one thing about Lewandowski, though, is he may not be, he's great with the ball, he's great, making runs, all of that, but I think the one thing you can't deny is he may be one of the greatest goal scorers of this current generation of footballers,
which is something that's not like we were talking about this about the Euros. A lot of the strikers weren't that great.
No,
and he wasn't great either. But like, there's only a select couple of strikers that I think like are world class.
Yeah, as in the last like 10 to 15 years, I'd say as like out and out strikers who score goals, I'd say there's been sort of Lewandowski, Benzema,
Lukaku,
Ibrahimovic,
maybe Lukaku,
yeah.
I also think that though is because the football has evolved a little bit.
A bit, yeah. We see the wide forwards scoring a ton of goals now, and but yeah,
mad.
Lewandowski, Messi, Mo Salah, Jorginho, Benzema, Kante, Ronaldo, Harlan, Donnarumma, and Mbappe. It's not a bad top 10.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Still no Bruno Fernandes. No, I'm joking. It would have been nice, but looking at that top 10 and observing it, it's very difficult to take anyone out.
No, yeah, I agree.
So
do you want to just to round off? Do you want to do like a quick make an 11 together?
Of like world best players?
Yeah.
Oh, like this year. Ballondor, no Ballondor.
No.
Like just of this year.
This year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
As in we can start.
We used to do this in secondary school.
Yeah. We used to write them down like maths.
Yeah.
We'll do a 4-3-3.
Yeah. Cool.
Typical. It can be, I think the first one's quite obvious with Donnarumma.
Yeah, we'll put Donnarumma in there for sure.
Then at right back.
Who are we putting at right back? Give me some names.
See, I could take like Kimmich.
Yeah. Do we say Kimmich?
Azpilicueta. He's in the short list.
Maybe I don't know, Trent. No, I'd still have one of those two ahead of Trent
for the year. Yeah,
for the year. We'll go for.
I don't know. Trent is.
He is a baller.
He's a really good player.
I think Aspi is so solid at right back that low-key, if I was making a team and my life depended on it, I'd probably want Aspi in there.
Yeah. If my life depended on it, definitely.
So I think we should change it to not the world's best team. If our life depended on it and we need them to win.
Of the players from this year, though?
Yeah. Okay. Of course.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for
Aspi. And then I think the two centre-backs...
We're just going to go for...
Well, you know what?
Are we looking at them in partnership or just individual?
No, individually. Who would also make a good team because you can't have 3 attacking mids as well. So 2 centre backs are. I mean, what would you go for?
I'm gonna sound stupid, but I'd actually go for Bonucci and Chiellini.
No, I get why you say that because they've been a great partnership. But
would you put Diaz?
I'd put Diaz
and one of them.
Bonucci.
Yeah, I was gonna say it will be Diaz and those 2 of the 3.
Why don't we go off the cuff here and pick 5 at the back?
5 at the back. Oh, you mean no? You mean 3 at the back with 2 wing backs? 2
wing backs, but like a 5-2-3.
Can I just say, on the record, you heard this, 26th of October, 2021. I hate it when they're like 3 at the back because it's not 3 at the back.
It's a 5 at the back.
It's a 5 at the back.
Yep.
It's a fancy parking the bus.
Yeah. An extra centre back.
And it's the Chelsea fans that the
yeah.
Like, you guys play 5 defenders.
Yeah, cough.
Just have to get that off my chest.
Which Chelsea fan? Cough. Vency.
Shout out, Vency. Doesn't know how to drive.
Oh no.
But anyway,
no, we'll go 4-3-3.
Yeah, I think Diaz and Bonucci can't see many people getting past them.
Yeah. So and then left back.
Roberto Carlos.
No,
he's not the best. Of course not.
No. It's a tough one because there aren't any left backs.
Can I make a really strange one?
Go on.
Bloody forgotten his name.
Something's just hit me. And
the Bayern Munich lad.
Alphonso Davies.
I think he's class.
I mean,
actually think he's. But he's not the best.
I've just had a brainwave. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Chiellini. Playing left back. Yeah,
he played there. He played there.
Exactly.
Once upon a time.
He did.
He played there ages ago. He played there when he had a full set of hair.
Yeah.
He's lost it all now.
Yeah, when Nesta was around.
Mate, yeah.
Let's just stick him in there. Come on. You said dependability.
Can I just tell you something? The last time he was close to the bar line, do you know what happened? He had to bloody yank Saka down. You think he's going to be able to keep up with wingers?
Look, I want a dependable player. And what did Italy do? They won the Euros.
We're not putting Chiellini at left back.
I'm going to say Robertson.
Yeah. Robertson is probably...
Oh, no. João Cancelo. Oh, that's a great shout as well.
No, but João Cancelo... Are we going off this year?
Yeah, this year. He's been made into a left back by Pep.
But are we saying... When we say this year, we mean calendar year or like season?
Oh, the calendar year, but this season's part of the calendar year.
Oh, yeah. No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Are we looking at Cancelo from August to now? Or
we can
January?
still consider him because...
Yeah.
I think he's a great player.
I would prefer Robertson.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah, he does.
I would prefer Robertson.
Sound defensively. Yeah. He's great going forward as well. Okay.
Midfield 3.
The DM. I'd say we have a 6, an 8 and a 10. Kante.
As a 6.
Yeah. Same. That's unanimous.
Easy.
Jorginho as the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because it's like there's so many good players that could go there.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going off like
this year,
it does have to be Jorginho,
mm-hmm.
I think.
And then I want to go. Who's your number 10? Because I have a plan.
My number 10 would be probably De Bruyne.
You're gonna think I'm a bit mad for saying this, but
Messi?
I'm saying Messi only because we have there's strength on that right wing.
Do you know what? Yeah, we'll put Messi in there.
Messi at the 10.
If you think of it like we're playing almost like a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, essentially.
He plays in that number 10 role. Yeah. It's a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, we'll put him at 10.
The same, yeah.
Yeah.
And
because Kante will be able to hold it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? Yeah, definitely agree with
that. Right wing, I think that's an obvious one with Mo Salah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Left wing,
left wing.
Ooh.
Before we get to left wing, because I think there's a bit of debate
Striker.
on that one. Striker, it's got to be Lewandowski. Seeing as
it's got to be Lewandowski. But Harlan isn't in the team that our life depends on.
Yeah,
just think about it.
Yeah, it's mad. Harlan at left wing.
Or why don't we just play a front two?
4-4-2. Oh, but then how do we get Messi and Salah?
Yeah. Unless we play a 4-1-2-1-2, where we play Kante holding, Salah right wing, whoever left wing, Mbappe, Messi. I mean, that's a lot of strike. That's basically how that's how Ole thinks his team can play, like one midfielder and then just all attackers. But
no, I don't think we can get Harlan in. He can be our super sub.
Yeah.
He's the one player that we bring on. But left wing. And I can't even put Ronaldo there anymore.
Mbappe.
It would be Mbappe.
Yeah. And striker, like we said, Lewandowski.
We could go rogue again and put De Bruyne at left wing.
No.
It's going rogue, but yeah, no, Mbappe.
Yeah.
And Lewandowski up top. That's a potent team.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, goals are going to get scored and goals aren't going to be conceded.
Okay, so take out this calendar year, right, from that team. I would say that the one player that I wouldn't keep in there is Jorginho.
Yeah, I agree.
And
that's why I was when I was saying to you, it's frustrating because there are, I believe, better players than him.
Yeah,
just haven't had a good season like him or as good. But yeah, no, I think everyone else is definitely like world class, top team, makers. But yeah, I don't want to hate on Jorginho. I think he's a good player. I just think he was so quiet for Chelsea for so many years, and he had this 1 year where he just like blew up.
Yeah.
And when I say quiet, I'm not saying he was playing shit. I'm just saying he just
wasn't as good as he has been this year. But yeah, everyone has.
You know what?
Like a breakout year, don't they?
Fair play to him.
Yeah. Well, that was great. That was great.
That was fantastic. I got quite passionate towards the end. I'd say.
You did, yeah. Even at the start, I think the Bruno Fernandes one, but yeah. You show passion. You show.
He is. You need to get that on the sound pad. He's a baller. Allow him.
No, I will. I hope to see him at his best. It's exciting when. Well, not that I actually want United to do well. It'd be quite funny to see him do really, really badly. Honestly. But if there's 4 or 5 teams that are competing for the league for the next 3-4 years, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, this Premier League season looks amazing. It kind of sucks to be a United fan.
Yeah,
they're right now, but there's so many teams, and I do think United won't really do much more. But you never know. We'll see.
You never know. But yeah, that was our top 10. Well, we went through the whole 30 actually of the Ballondor shortlist, but the top 10.
We spoke about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we did. To be fair, I mean, those are the best podcasts.
Oh yes.
Going off topic, but yeah, make sure to subscribe, follow, all of that, and also leave your top 5 in the comments. Let's see what everyone's thoughts are, because yeah, I mean, I've picked out 13 people here from a range of teams, and we've come up with a fairly sort of accurate and unbiased top 5, top 10.
Yeah, I'd say top 10 overall was quite good. I can see it being quite similar.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was it. Thanks, Amir.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure as always.
I hope to see you back on soon.
Take care, buddy.